I hope you're having a great day. Today I want to talk about chronic fatigue. You're tired all the time. You may have slept well, but you're still tired. You have a meal, you feel like sleeping immediately. You have a meal at work and you can't focus on your meetings or your work. An hour or 2 hours later, your eyes are constantly drooping. You want to sleep. You get through the day with really low energy, or you start with high energy and then you have these slumps of energy. Now, there could be several reasons why we focus today on the foods that can lead to dulling the mood or making you actually tired versus the foods that can enhance your energy levels. You shouldn't miss the point. Chronic fatigue is also known as a syndrome. There is chronic fatigue syndrome. A lot of people have this. A lot of people who went through COVID would have experienced this because of mitochondrial dysfunction, the body's inability to produce energy the right way. So even after getting COVID for 2, 3, 4, 5 months, they felt sluggish, they felt tired, couldn't work out. So there could be many reasons for low vitamin D3, for chronic fatigue levels. Example, you could have low levels of vitamin D3 and you could be tired all day. You could have low levels of vitamin B12, you could be tired all day. You could be on a fad diet that's trying to make you lose weight, but you're actually losing water and muscle, not really losing body fat. And you're depriving yourself of macros that you need for energy, depending on the kind of job that you do, whether it's mental energy that you use, whether it's physical energy that you use. Sleep deprivation is a no-brainer. That's your recharge. If you're sleep deprived, obviously you're going to feel tired. No amount of coffee, no amount of tea and stimulants is going to help you. That's another reason. And chronic stress. These are like leakages. If you're chronically stressed, where do you think you're depleting energy? How do you think you're going to feel? And of course, suppressed emotions. If you are that kind of person always bottling up emotions, never expressing them, trying to be nice, trying to be calm on the outside, all these suppressed emotions weigh down on you and you're leaking energy. You're depleting energy all the time. So like I said, there are many reasons, but now let's talk about the foods. And it's interesting to see when you start to live with awareness and mindfulness, you already get your answers. Which are the foods that affect you? Okay, we go over a couple of foods. Number one being white sugar. Most people love white sugar. It excites your brain for maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes while you're eating it, 10 minutes after that, and then you have a crash. Now your brain wants more because you feel low, you feel tired. Ever had junk food? How long did you stay energized post that? No. You look at your kids. They'll throw a lot of tantrums. They'll have all these hypertensive behaviors, and then they have a crash. And now they're tired and they're cranky and they want something more to eat. You can see that. The same thing happens with adults. So white sugar, anything that contains refined sugar, your high glycemic index carbohydrates. So like your white flours, your refined flours, your white pastas, too much of white rice. I'm not against white rice. Some of the fittest people I know, the healthiest people I know, the longest living people I know eat white rice every single day. But it's the quantity. It's the least on their plate, and they have more vegetables, more lentils, more protein, and all of that stuff. So it's not the problem, it's the quantity. Ever had like a fish curry rice or a dal rice or a khichdi, like a really heavy meal? Were you able to focus on your meetings after that? Absolutely not, because it's very simple. When your meal is high carbohydrate, especially the wrong carbohydrates, but I can bet if I give you a bowl of stir-fried veggies or a vegetable cooked with protein, you're not going to have an energy crash. Because the more carbs you have, and the worse quality carbs that you have, or high GI carbs, you will shoot your blood sugar levels right up, and then there'll be a dip and a spike, and then that starts like, the entire drain of energy. Plus, when the heavier your meal, the more blood has to be diverted towards your stomach, your digestive system, to digest that heavy meal. Where do you think that blood's pulled from? Your muscles, your brain, and that's why you literally feel a drain after a heavy meal and your head starts to nod. It's because of blood sugar levels, and it's also because of blood flow. So all of the high carb foods, you think it gives you energy, but no. Now, I remember growing up in Goa, our football coach would give us a white bread sandwich or a packet of glucose biscuits before our football game. That kind of made sense, of course. We were limited in knowledge at that point and foods as well. But the point is, that was a simple carbohydrate, although refined not the best. You would burn it out by the time you finished a 90-minute football game. But the point is, today, we're not playing that 90-minute football game. We're eating and we're sitting. And that's the problem. Artificial sweeteners Okay, for the longest time, I remember getting trolled about 7.5 years ago when I spoke about aspartame, I spoke about sucralose, I spoke about Splenda. I think we even got a legal notice from one of the companies and stuff like that. But today you have the WHO, which is listing it as a carcinogen, literally. See, we have to get things clear. Okay, maybe in the smallest quantities, it may be fine. But the very fact that it's artificial, the very fact that it's artificial, it's not okay for us. Maybe in small quantities. Today it's aspartame. It's soon going to be sucralose. Mark my words, sucralose is also going to come out as a banned ingredient very soon. Stevia, we already know. While it is one of the safest, but too much of stevia will irritate your gut, your microbiome. And we see that. We see that in patients who are trying to get healthy, and they'll start having all stevia sweetened cookies and stevia sweetened cakes and drinks and all of that stuff. And they have immense bloating, their gut doesn't get better. Anything that is artificial is artificial. My personal choice is, if I'm having a dessert, I'll just have it the right way. I'll have it the right way. I'm not going to do all this artificial stuff. And I'll work out, I'll maintain my quantities, I'll maintain my balance, and that's how it is. That's how it is. People before, 10 years ago, had white sugar, they had jaggery, all of that stuff. They were more active, they were more disciplined. They didn't eat out every day, didn't have all the options that we have today. They were absolutely fine. Diabetes is a modern disease. So is cancer. So is Alzheimer's. And all of these. So you've got to think about these things. Move away from artificial. Move away from artificial because it makes you tired. It makes you sleepy. You think that Diet Coke is giving you energy. Have one and see how long the energy lasts. And then see how long your blood sugar levels are varied for 2 to 3 to 4 hours. Fluctuating your hunger signals, making you tired, having crashes, and all of that. Then, of course, fried and deep fried foods. Try having a meal heavy and fried and deep fried. It tastes good. It's amazing. And then you'll be low on energy after that. What's the next thing you reach out for? Carbohydrates. Now, that's the danger. Deadly combination of deep fried, fried, and carbohydrates. That's the worst combination for diabetes, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, cancer, PCOS, hormonal, basically everything. That's the worst combination. Deep fried and carbohydrates. When you eat more deep fried, you will want to eat more carbohydrates. Why does a French fry taste so good? It's deep fried and it's a starchy carbohydrate as well. It's a fantastic thing. I love French fries too, but I will not eat commercially made French fries. I'll either make it at home or I will eat it in places where it's clearly written on the menu, the kind of oil that's being used. Making French fries one of the worst foods you can eat in any of your fast food joints, whether it's a McDonald's or whatever it is, because they use a combination of the worst oils. The body doesn't even know how to break it down. So it's really not about not having the French fry. It's how you do it the right way, and if your body type allows it or the condition that you have allows it. Poor fats, great quality fats are fantastic, like your monounsaturated fatty acids, olive oil, your cold pressed coconut oils, your pure ghees, any of your oils which are cold pressed or wood churned, which is in a balance. You have too much of your omega-6, energy crashes. Now, when you have your poor fats coming from your bakery products, cheap bakery products, cheap processed food, cheap junk food, all of that, that's why your energy levels crash. You lose your health and you lose your energy. And that's why you go on craving more and more and more. These are all mood dullers. They dull the mood completely, lowers your energy and stuff like that. But you eat the right kind of fats. Ever started off your morning with a handful of nuts and some really good hormone-free yogurt, really good ethical yogurt? You won't need to eat anything for the next 4 hours. So you have nuts, okay? You have your yogurt. With that yogurt, you may have a piece of fruit or whatever, or a vegetable juice, and you have a nice cup of coffee. If you have coffee, you're not going to be hungry for the next 4 to 5 hours. I can guarantee you this. That's how it is. Good fats make a big difference. Now, what are the foods that help us feel good? Any food that has omega-3. So if you're non-vegetarian, you'll find it in your fatty fish and all of that. And if you're a vegetarian, you'll find it in your walnuts and your chia seeds, all of those sources. You have good fats in your body, the right MUFAs, the right PUFAs, the right saturated fats. You're going to be fine. Your energy, your brain is going to function better. You're going to have a lot of mental clarity, omega-3. Any food that has a lot of vitamins and minerals, and that's everything that nature gives us. Whether it's a fruit, so many polyphenols, so many vitamins, so many minerals, they're nourishing for trillions of cells. Energy. Too much of fruit, energy levels will crash because we don't need to deal with a fructose overload. So I cringe when I see people trying to get healthy having fruit platters. They're going to end up having liver problems, actually putting on more weight, increasing their triglycerides, making their diabetes worse. A fruit is solo. It's given to you. An apple grows on a tree. It's one apple, one serving. Just eat one piece at a time. If it's a papaya, don't use my analogy then and eat the whole papaya. Papaya is meant to be shared. Eat a little bit of it. Have a little bit of it. That's how it is. So anything, your vegetables, all of your green leafy vegetables, your colored vegetables, your seasonings, your dried herbs. We did a video on that. These are nutrient dense. Your body will function on cellular energy when you eat these kinds of foods. Any food that is rich in iron, any of your foods, whether it's your black lentils, it's your navy beans, it's your spinach, it's your red meat, it's your fish, whatever's rich in iron is great for the brain, it's great for your mood, it's great for energy. Fermented foods. Now, some people cannot do with fermented foods because they have poor gut health. So you have to build your gut health and then have fermented foods. Some people are allergic to it, but for everyone else, if you have the right prebiotics and probiotics through your natural foods at every meal, okay, you're going to find yourself with more energy because fermented foods are great for creating energy in the human body and good fats, like we said. So you see, it all comes down to moving more towards nature and moving more away from artificial stuff. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Now, let's say you are having some junk food or something bad. Also make sure that you have something good with it. So if I'm going to have like a burger or something, never at McDonald's or all of these places, but like a gourmet burger, I am going to make sure that I have a portion of salad on the side or a soup on the side, because when we're feeding our body, we just don't feed things where the body cannot utilize or extract nutrition from. Every meal that we eat, the body and brain is looking, what can I extract? What can I extract for survival? But if we're just giving it crap all the time, our mitochondria is working, creating more free radicals, more water, more waste products, more inflammation, more oxidative stress. So it comes down to that. So if you're chronically low on energy, okay, you may want to see and be mindful. Whenever you feel a sudden crash in energy, reflect, what did I eat? How much did I eat? What time did I eat? What were those particular foods? Now, if you're lactose intolerant and you're having dairy, besides gut problems, you'll have a major crash in energy. Or you're celiac or you're gluten intolerant, but you're consuming gluten, you'll have an immediate crash in energy. Sometimes just removing wheat from someone's diet, they feel their energy levels come back. So there are certain foods also that may not suit you and that may crash your energy levels. So be aware of that. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep, and remember, you care is all about you.